Hello guys and welcome back, and I have some unfortunate news. I have lost my first footage to the autosave feature. I started recording this part and I got a jiggy right here where we had to follow around a ghost hand and hit these keys as he hit them. It was just basically a pattern to follow. We got a jiggy out of that. It would normally appear right up here on this top organ right here, but I already got it and then I lost my footage. But we are going to continue here by showing more lost footage, because if we come over here and we jump over to this flight pad, we can go up into the rafters, and up in the rafters we have the grunty switch, which I've already hit, a mumbo token in the middle of this beam, which I already got, and an empty honeycomb, which would be floating above the middle of this beam, but I already got it. We need to get back down, and there's no real good way to go about that, but let me grab this life here. I'm a little bit low. There is going to be some pain here, and a note: if we turn ourselves invincible and let those ghosts touch us, they will die. So that's pretty useful to get rid of them, because they can be annoying trying to get on the back of these pews to get these notes. There's one on top of each pew. There's a ghost over here who will probably come after me, and when he does so, we'll meet his second fate, as we can see there. Grab the free life, and I get this note, and if we keep going, one more note to go, and then we can move on with this level. I apologize again about losing that jiggy footage, although at least it wasn't more than one jiggy. With that, we have everything in the church, so we can leave and explore the graveyard around it, because there are a few things we can get. So see, when we leave, the door closes. We'd have to go hit the clock timer again. These little buckets here, if you can drop an egg in there, you will get flowers to grow. Some of these gravestones become enemies that take 3 hits, or at least 3 of Banjo's roll attacks, which are admittedly one of the weaker attacks, but easier to do. There are a bunch of these pots laid about around the outside of the church, and if we can get eggs in all of them, although I'm having trouble with this one, we will get a jiggy for our efforts. And there is one over here, along with another gravestone that decided to attack us. These pots actually have a bit of a controversy around them. They, as you can probably hear, say stuff when you put an egg in them. And it was either supposed that they just grunted something that didn't mean anything, said thank you, or said an expletive and then the word you. Nothing ever really came of it, but it was pointed out a lot on the interwebs. And there is our jiggy, and we can move on now. A little bit less than a quarter way through the video. If we come over here, we will enter a maze that has these ghosts in it, and I just killed 2 of them. After grabbing their life, we will go over here actually and get these notes. The one annoying thing about this maze is there are quite a bit of notes in it in dead ends, so we have to follow around most of it. There's a Jinjo over here though, as you can see, or as you saw earlier. A lot of the other corners that don't have notes will have, like that one, a mumbo token, or they will have feathers and eggs. That one has a beehive, but we don't need any life right now. Going back through here, is an invincibility feather. I thought that connected. It's not that large of a maze, but like I said, there's things in it that we need to get, and I was already down here. And back through here, we arrive back by the mansion on the other side of the entrance. We are actually going to climb, or we're going to attempt to climb, if that bat didn't interfere, the gutter here. And we're going to collect some things on the second and third floors of the mansion. And we'll probably actually spend the rest of the video in or around the mansion. Right now I'm just going around and collecting notes that are on top of the gutter ends. Up here though, we have a window that we can enter, and I'm going to do so. In here, there are those guys, first off. And if we drop down here, there's an empty honeycomb, the other of the two, except we can't get to it because the floorboard is too high. So we have to come back here as Mumbo's transformation, but I had to break the window anyway so we could get in here because we can't break it as the transformation. Going around though, we have another window over here, which I believe we can do something with. If we go inside, we will meet this guy who isn't saying anything right now. Yes, this is a toilet we are talking to, and his name is Lago, and he says he can't fit us. And I think if we shoot eggs into him, nothing happens apparently. I think we have to go here as Momo's transformation again. There's a Momo token here. There are feathers over here. And I must be thinking of the wrong window because I was sure that there was something we can do there. Going back around, I don't think there's anything else on this floor. No, but there is yet another floor. We can take the shock jump pad up to that window and slide down and fall all the way down to the ground and waste countless amounts of time, but we can get back there, not a problem. At least my egg count is going back up again. As strange as that sounds, I don't think we'll run into that problem again. Through this window, we have notes. First off, a Mumbo token in that corner. One of these ghosts that can't touch us. There's a golden feather behind this chest. Nothing in the chest. There's a shock jump pad over here, but I believe it is protected, yes, by one of these things. And if we use that shock jump pad up here, if we don't get stuck, is the yellow Jinjo. And so we have just one more Ginger to go. And he happens to be right over here, but I'm going to go grab these notes quick first. The top of the mansion is pretty good part of this level. It's a nice and easy part, and we have to wait for Banjo to do his dance. There's actually a lot you can do in this level with Mumbo's transformation. We are going to grab the two notes over here, and then we are going to go through the chimney, or rather, actually, we are going to come over here and fall down, and fall down again, and fall down a third time. But after we're done falling down, and after we can get back up there, yeah, that is one problem I do have with this level. There's not a lot of room for error when crawling around the mansion because the roof requires you to use Talon Trot, and there's only one shock jump pad up to the third floor, and like that, if we screw it up, it's hard to recover from. But we have made it. I'm going to go attempt to make it to this window again because it is important. There are things in here we need to do, and so we shall go into it. There are more notes, another one of these guys, yet more notes, another one of these guys, and more notes. This is much like the feather and egg rooms except for notes. That's all that's really in there, although I think I just missed something. I shall go back. Oh, no, it must have just been the picture frame. Or I'm seeing things, neither of which are good. We are now going to go to this shock jump pad and go through the chimney of the Mad Monster Mansion. And we can now get that Jiggy from the sleeping ghost that is on the table, because we can just walk right through him while he is sleeping. And he explains to us how Grunty will be mad, and she responds telekinetically, and he leaves. And he reveals a flight pad that we can use. And that flight pad will be used in a second after getting the notes on the chairs around the table. Yeah, you can't actually get the Jiggy by coming in through the front door, because no matter where you step on the wood, it will creak and then it will wake him up. If we take this flight pad, we will come up here and find that there's a life up here. There's eggs over the mantle. I don't think there's much else you can do with that flight pad, although I may be wrong. I'm not sure, but we are going to go back out the front door, and I'm trying to think of what else we can do with about 4 minutes left. We are going to go back over to this section and quick grab a Mumbo token I forgot. That is right here. And then we are going to go deeper back into this hedge area, as it were. That water around here is toxic. There's stuff to do down that well pit, but first, over here, we can get some notes and some eggs, and there are wading boots that you can use to get through the toxic water, although it looks a lot like oil. Maybe BP was here in a previous lifetime, I don't know. But after getting those notes, if we can make it back to the center, we can, I believe, go get a Jiggy and some notes. And inside the well, we will end up inside of a really large stone well area with a Jiggy inside of the water bucket, if I can get to it. Yes, here we are. Now, hopefully I can get to the center of it and grab the actual Jiggy. Like I said before, I don't like the swimming mechanics. We have to go down again and get notes that are down here. And this will probably take a minute or two, so we're probably not going to get a whole lot more done in the video. Those tentacles will do damage. They're not very nice. Avoid them at all costs, because they tend to hit you into other tentacles, as you almost saw. There are notes along the outer wall, along the bucket, but all of them are at least moderately close to one of those tentacles, which quite irritates me. And they're all close enough together that you can't use Kazooie's big wingspan to go get them. Interestingly enough, there's nothing on the opposite side of the bucket that you can't see from your point of view. Evidently they didn't think it'd be fair. Getting some oxygen, we are going to use the last minute here to finish up grabbing these notes, if I can successfully do so. It'd be really sad if on my second 15-minute video I actually ran out of time, but I doubt that will happen. We still have 50 or more seconds to get 2 notes, and I'm just going to go up to avoid that tentacle. Or actually, it's not tentacles, we're not inside Clanker anymore, it's just vines and roots. And hopefully I will be able to get to this one note, although I'm doubting it anymore, because I'm swimming the wrong way and I can't see myself. There we go, and hopefully there it is. That should be the last note down here, and if I can surface for air before I die, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next part.